What about now? Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now? There's an echo. Okay. Here, can you find me on Facebook or read the comment? Can you, Devin, your job is to read the comments, okay? Read the comments so I know what's going on. Is there still an echo?
Great. Yes.
Are you reading the comments to me?
Yeah, that's what the comments say. Yes. Loud and clear.
Okay. All right. So, one, we're going to show you pillowcases because we have to make pillowcases for soldier quilts because we put all the soldier quilts we donate into a pillowcase and we have none. So last night I was busy making some, but what you need for a pillowcase, I just want to, if any of you remember this pillowcase demo, type it in because you'll be in a drawing. Devin's going to write down. If you remember this pillowcase drawing, tell me, was it successful or was it not? That was one of our craziest demos ever. So don't worry, I'm not going to do that demo. I'm going to do a real demo. So you can go ahead. If you got your fabric ready, you can do it with me. If you have any questions, just type it in. You're going to need 3 inches for your accent, which is going to be equivalent to this stripe right here. So 3 inches by the width of your fabric for your accent fabric. 9 inches or 1/4 of a yard for the cuff, and 27 inches or 3/4 of a yard for the body. And then you're going to want to trim them all the same size. So I'm going to just lay that right here so you guys can see it. And I totally did practice this yesterday, but you know, when you're on camera, you're so nervous. Okay, so we're going to come right over here and we are going to lay the cuff down first. You want the cuff right side up, okay, so that you can, the 9-inch piece is going to be right side up. And then we are going to take your 3-inch piece of fabric and iron the right side, the wrong sides together. So this is the right side. This is the wrong side. I'm going to put them together and iron that piece. That piece is going to go right here on this cuff. And yesterday I did it and it literally took me, I would say about 15 minutes from start to finish. And that was with refreshing it myself. So I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it right here, wrong side down. So the cuff of your is going to kind of create a bun, and I'm going to lay these here and try to line them up the best I can because, you know, cutting is kind of overrated. So once I get those 3 edges lined up, I've got the cuff facing up, I've got the trim right in the middle, and then the body of the quilt of the pillow is going to go right like this. And then I'm going to pin it right here about every 6 inches. I personally am going to trim up later because I tried trimming yesterday as I went, and then I had to trim at the end anyways. But you're going to want to make sure you get all of the edges here. And I know this is going to seem really weird. Devin, you got any comments for me?
Aside from the last video or whatever being bad now.
For the pillowcase?
Yeah.
Did you put all those names, write all those names on a piece of white paper? If they remember that video, that means they've been with us for like 2 years. I think we did that. We've done pillowcase demos since. Karen did one not too long ago. It's one of those things that if you don't use it all the time, you need a refresher. So we're just going to refresh your memory. And I'm just going to say, I've never actually made a pillowcase except for last night because somebody always volunteers to do them for me, which is kind of nice. But last night, I went to put quilts into pillowcases, and we had 0 up there, which is bizarre. Like in 15 years, I don't think we've ever really run out of pillowcases. Okay. What other comments do we have, Devin?
I just made 2.
Who did? You got to tell me the names. I want to know who we're talking to.
Sue laughing.
Okay, Sue did. Sue, what are you going to do with your pillowcases? So we're going to take these and we're going to roll up the body of your quilt, the body of your pillowcase. We're going to roll it up into what some people call a hot dog. So I'm going to roll it up right here so that it's not going to get caught here. And I think this is kind of tricky. It seems like it's the wrong thing, like it's just not going to work, but just trust the process, okay? Especially for those of us who are kind of dyslexic, it seems really weird and random. But you're going to pin it up.
Gift bags for Christmas.
Oh, they're perfect gift bags for Christmas because it's like the gift that keeps giving. They can use it all year long. Well, really, they can use it probably for the next 20 years. So don't go buying the cheap stiff fabric because that will be rough, although it might exfoliate their skin. So you're going to pin this. And I know it seems kind of weird because we haven't really stuffed it yet. I mean, we haven't sewn anything yet. So we're just pinning again. But we have the body of the pillowcase rolled up in here kind of like a hot dog or a sausage. I mean, if you've ever made a pillowcase, you know it's commonly referred to as the hot diggity dog or something like that. And this is a great one to do, especially with like grandkids, if you have grandkids over. And a great way to use up your stash that you don't absolutely love anymore. But gift bags is perfect. So I have it all pinned up. I can feel that the rolled main part of it is right here. I'm going to sew right down the line here. All right, Devin, what are the comments?
Process does work.
Who said that? Okay, you got to tell me. You got to like be more. Devin is a man of very few words. Did you get a photo of him over there? He's on the clock right now, so make sure you guys put him to work. Oh yeah, I could. There's lots of different names. It's the same pillow though. So I'm just sewing right along all my raw edges and just kind of lining it up as I go. I'm sewing a 1/4 inch. And I'm pulling the pins I can access. I'm pulling out. The ones on the inside, you just have to get later. Whoops. Look at, I should have pulled that one out. Okay, Devin, now you got to tell a joke or something while I pull this.
You're the one next to the microphone.
Okay, well, come and tell a joke while I get a new needle.
I don't have a joke.
You
I
don't?
didn't come prepared.
Oh my goodness. Well, why don't you tell them what you're doing in life? They would love to hear that. They haven't seen you in so long.
Working.
And now he needs extra money. So he's here at Fabric Chicks.
Yeah. I made some of these a few years ago.
Who's that?
Barb.
Oh, well, it might be time again, Barb. This is your refresher. I think that's kind of the problem is that we do a lot of things. You know, we make them and then we don't do it for a while, so we need a refresher on it. Okay, what else, Devin?
Half the size makes good gift bags, also with drawstring on no seams.
Oh, and then that would be cute. Or you could even put a little pillow in it, like a travel pillow.
Thank you for taping the demos. I was able to get a perfect binding today.
Oh, you're welcome. Who was that?
Sue Walter.
Sue Walter, you finished a quilt. I'm so excited. Isn't that the best feeling ever? Oh, Roger's going to like get in real close while I try to thread this needle.
Devin, isn't it fun adulting?
I don't want to be an adult anymore. I want to go back to being a reckless kid. Okay. So you get the pick. Well, I'm going to finish it because you got to turn it inside out, which seems really weird. So I think for those of you who are visual people, like, is Mary Beatty on? Mary Beatty, if you're on, let me know if you need Devin to bring your package home. And I think the directions say you can pin every 6 to 8 inches, but I personally would probably pin a little bit closer, even though I'm not really a huge pinner.
No, she's not on.
Okay. So then once you get that all sewn, you pull your pins out. You are going to, look, this is a classic Fabric Chicks pin. And you can see why, because I tend to sew over them. So now you have this big weird thing, and now you've got to pull it inside out. So it feels really kind of weird. You're basically pulling the body of your pillowcase out. As you come to the pins that we're pinning the inside, you can take those off, pull them out. And let's see. Any other comments, Devin? Oh my gosh, you girls are so quiet. I would have Devin do some drawings, but I think that he's been working all day today since 11 o'clock and he's exhausted. He said it's so much harder work here at Fabric Chicks than it is in the real world. Okay, so it's going to take him a few days being back here if I don't scare him off. Okay, in a perfect world, this is going to turn out. Okay, so see how we've got it here? I think. One more pin. So now I'm going to take this and trim it. Well, I would press it first. I would press this and then trim it so all the sides are the same. Then once I get that done, I have stages for you guys. I am going to take it and with the wrong sides together, I know this seems weird, but with the wrong sides together, see how we did a French seam here and you didn't even know it was painless? So see how there's no raw edges here on the seam? So the pillowcase is going to be completely enclosed. So that's what they call a French seam. So we're again going to do a French seam here on this edge and this edge. So I've got it already pinned so that I can just take it and sew it. So I trimmed it up and we're just going to sew it real quick just so that I can show you the basic process for And this one, I kind of think a scant 1/4 inch is good, but you can do whatever your heart desires. Okay, Devin, any other comments? Hmm? Hi, Joyce Larson. Okay. So I'm going to come right down here to the corner, put my needle in the needle down position, rotate it, and then sew here. And then when this is all done, so it's like a scant 1/4 inch.
Trim down 1/4 inch seam so no raw edges get into French seam.
Yes. So you definitely want to trim it. Yesterday, I did not trim it. I didn't trim any of the loose threads. And so I had to go back afterwards and clean it up. So right now I would go and I would trim this even smaller just so to make sure I don't have any kind of loose or frayed threads that might get caught in it. So I'll trim that down. Then I'm going to turn it inside out like this and make sure that you poke the corners out with, I have the Turn It All tool that I keep. It's a good pokey thing here. But anything will work, really. I mean, your pin, you want to get that corner out nice and pretend that I already trimmed it, right? So we've got that corner out nice. I would press it to make sure everything is aligned and nice. And then once that is done, once you have it pressed, you're going to take it like this. So you've pressed it, everything lines up nice, you've trimmed it. Then you're gonna sew with it the wrong side out, like just like this. So you'll turn it inside out like I just did. You're gonna press it, and then you're gonna sew 3/8 of an inch where you just sewed your 1/4 inch. You're gonna sew that same way. And then what happens is you have this finished edge. So you have no raw edges, hence why it's called the French seam. So a lot of people are intimidated by the French seam, but it really is very, very easy. So it's a little bit confusing at first, but it really is not. So I thought we would do, I have these, I don't have this fabric anymore. So if you need an already finished, and I thought the only fair way to do it is if you need a finished pillowcase, if more than one person wants it, we can kind of do an auction. But S146 is $14, which is basically the same price that I'm paying for, that you're paying for the unfinished ones. So, but these I just need to get rid of. I only have one. S146, $14. S146, $14. And then I have, this one is not finished. But I do have, if you want the Day of the Dead, Devin, can you grab it right there? There's a different, right by the doorway, because we have a different top nowadays, because this top we don't have anymore, but I did get this skull fabric back in. Yeah, right there by your foot. Look where your feet are. Do you see it? Look, in the doorway.
This?
Yeah. Do you see the skulls? Right where you're, yes. So if you want to, I need that too.
I was looking for a pillowcase.
So I did pick these two, and then whatever color of a solidy fabric that you wanted, you could just type that in. So if you want the Day of the Dead fabric, we'll cut you 3/4 yard of the skulls, 1/4 yard of the stripes, and 3 inches of whatever color accent you want. So you can just type that in. Or If you want, oh, here's another auction one, S145 for $14. So this is a finished one also. So cute. You don't have to do anything. I mean, the fabric is that price. S145, $14 if you need some finished. Do you have any auction people, Devin?
Jenny Duarte,
What did she say?
F146.
Okay. Let me know if anybody bids on it, and then we'll otherwise it's just hers. Okay. And then this one we have lots of these. So if you want the Eagle one that we just worked on the demo, S148 is $14. S148 is $14, and that will come with printed directions also. So you'll get the hot dog printed directions. And then I do have S147 for $14 is the one that we showed you last week. So 147 if you want to do a springy one. These might be good to make up and give as Christmas gifts because at Christmas it's time to start thinking about spring. I know. I keep waiting. I think swimsuits are going to come out like in December this year because last year, if you didn't get it in January, they were all gone. Okay, so that is the demo on pillowcases. Does anybody have any questions? Any comments?
Nice sound refresher.
Okay. It's always
Sorry,
good for a
I'm late.
refresher.
Hi.
A what?
Sorry I'm late. Hi.
Who?
Anita.
Oh, hi, Anita. I know, you have to tell me. You have to tell me, like,
Sandy Collins said I need to do the Day of the Dead kit I ordered last year.
yes, you do. You should have gotten it out, Sandy. Then you could have sewed right along with me. Okay, so then,
Great demo.
good. Okay, any other comments, Devin, that you're, like, holding out?
Hello, finally made it.
Okay, good. Who's that?
And Harris.
Oh, my gosh. It's like pulling teeth with it. Okay, so I just whipped up these cute little, I have 12 Moms Club moms coming in tonight for a pumpkin sew and drink night. And so I had to think of something that I could do where we didn't need machines because I don't even know if these ladies have machines. So I figured out how to make these cute little pumpkins with no sewing machine. So this is actually vintage draperies that we've cut up and into pumpkins. So what you're going to do is you're going to take whatever size circle you want. And I made a big circle. So this one was this circle. And then this one that I'm going to demo on, except I just threw my needle down, is the larger one. Because I thought this was a pretty good sized pumpkin. But then when I saw it, I'm like, oh, it's so petite. So I needed something larger. So this I'm constructing out of, you know how we always have the upholstery fabrics on the sales for like next to nothing? Well, that's not really a good idea on my part because look at what we can do with it. So what I did is I am just doing a running stitch along the top edge. So I already did most of it so that you guys wouldn't get too bored. And I'm literally...
What size is the circle? Circle diameter.
I don't know. I'll have to get that for you. So I'm literally just doing a running stitch right along the top. I'm using, because it's what I could find without looking, I'm using hand quilting thread, and I did two strands, about 16 inches for the big one. So I did 2 strands of hand quilting thread. I would prefer, because this is not as thick as the button, carpet, and craft thread that we sell, but I couldn't find any in the heat of the moment, so I'm making do like
11 inches.
What?
11 for the middle one.
The little one was 11 inches.
Middle.
Oh, the middle size, so one size bigger than my baby one, was 11 inches. So any size, don't overthink it. Any size is good. So right here, I'm just going to pull it. I'm not going to pull it completely tight. So all I've done so far is a running stitch around the top. And then I am going to stuff it with my stuffing. And I'm just going to tell you, Gracie's dog is chewing up everything. So I literally have been using the stuffing from all of her toys. except for that, now I got to break into the real stuff, which kind of makes me sad because I like free stuffing. Well, I mean, I paid for it once. But, so I'm just going to stuff this. And you don't really have to stuff it super tight, but I do want it to be pretty firm. And you can go as crazy as you want. You could have done some slow stitching on it. You could sew little wedges onto it. Whatever your heart desires. Okay, so now I got to find my needle. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's here somewhere. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to stuff this in here. And you can see, I don't want to do it because this is my demo for tonight's class. So this here, I'm going to pull it tight. I'm going to sew across to anchor it closed. I'm going to do several stitches across. And then I'm going to literally take a stump, a tree stump here, and I'm just going to hot glue it in. So be a collector of little twigs. Today I walked the dog and I came home with all of these. I know the neighbors probably think I'm crazy because I was like collecting all kinds of random things this morning. So you could do something like that. And then because it's not going to be a pretty close here, you got to do something to embellish it. And so here I just tied some ribbons. I made a little felted leaf. But you can do really you can embellish it as much or as little as you want. I did take one leaf, a larger leaf, and I just did some running stitches on it. So I would Material Magic it up so that it would stay all crunchy and weird. And you could put that on there. I didn't really have too many other colors. I had this limey green, this emerald green, but I would love to get, like a brown color. But I did buy some, some fake leaves. So I might just paint these. If you pull off these plastic things here, you can actually stitch on them. This one doesn't want to come off so easy, but usually I can just pull those off pretty easy. And then you can paint on them, you can stitch on them, you can embellish on them, and just put them on here. So that is the super easy pumpkin. If you want, Devin has been slaving away. If you want to make two like ours, with the vintage drapes and the other upholstery fabric, he's already cut them into circles for you. So S1461 is $5, and that is the 2 pieces of fabric already cut into your circles. So trust me, he'll tell you he spent hours cutting circles today. So that's 1461 for the 2 pumpkins. And then I found this cute little trim. I hate to not have a sale. So we have a cute little trim here. S1451 is $1.45 a yard. 1451. 1451 is $1.45 a yard. It's usually $1.69, but it just seemed like it should be $1.45. And then we have, if you want the pattern, this is probably a lot more detailed. I didn't actually read it, but this is a pattern that we've gotten from Virginia Robertson. And so she's got where she sculpts them. This is for tomatoes and for pumpkins. So she actually takes thread and sculpts them to give them a little bit more definition. And then she's got several different leaf patterns in there and different things. So S140 is $11. S140 is $11. Here's a cute idea where she glued it onto the top of a jar. So you can put like your pumpkins or your little gadgets inside the jar, and then buttons or whatnot, and then decorate the jar. She uses for the side of the jar, I know she uses double-sided sticky tape, which we also do carry. And then, so for the Deco Podge, I know I got to make this quick because I got lots of giveaway. I've been cleaning up around here, okay? So the Deco Podge little pumpkin was just kind of a funky little thing. I mean, you can embellish them as much as you want, but it's a great way. These are all my scraps. So you can see, I'm sure you can see some of these fabrics from other projects. So I literally, I don't, sorry, you want me to stand still?
Yeah.
So I don't think I really need to do a demo of this because I think you guys get the idea. But I am gonna say that I didn't like it, like the fabric wasn't sticking the way I wanted, so I used extra Mod Podge, which I wish I would have cleaned up a little bit so it wouldn't be puddly. And then I did spray it with an acrylic sealer, which is supposed to be a matte finish, but it is pretty shiny. So I would probably look around for different products that might not be as shiny, although I will show you in a minute pumpkins that are naturally shiny. So anyway, so for the cute little pumpkin, you literally just need to grab your fabric strips. Like I literally did tiny little strips. I cut them into weird shapes. I would, if I'm doing it again, I would probably dip the fabric into the Mod Podge. Instead, I put it on dry and then got it all wet with the sponge brush. But once you get it damp, you can mold it to your pumpkin. And it's kind of fun. It'd be fun with grandkids, a fun project with grandkids, a no-sew project. So that is my cute little Mod Podge to be able to use up your scraps. I am drowning in scraps. I don't know about you guys, but if you're anything like me, I am super drowning in scraps. And so I've got to find ways to get rid of it, literally. So here is, if you guys want the pumpkins, this is how they come. I have the set of the 3 smaller. It's a small, medium, and a larger. S149 is $5.99. S149 is $5.99. And if you want the larger one, this one here, I haven't played with it yet, but I'm kind of looking forward to it, is S150 for $3.99. S150 for $3.99. Do I have any comments, Devin?
I don't know.
Oh, you're writing the orders down? That's so sweet. It's really, so I'm going to just tell you that from last Wednesday's live, which those of you who watched last Wednesday's live, Phyllis and Christy and Doris did an amazing job. I know Christy had to have been exhausted. She was here all day. But a huge thank you to them. The lady, it was hilarious to watch. They were very funny. And I can't wait to do it again. Go on vacation so I don't have to do my lives. I really do appreciate everybody who helped out while I was gone. Well, I appreciate everybody who helps all the time. Okay, so now we have more demos. No, we don't have more demos, but I have over here. We're going to have this on Wednesday's sale. So these are cute little, and Karen should be here. So we can ask her if you guys have any questions. These are cute little potion bottles, pillows. She appliqued these on. I think she just fused this one on. These ones she stitched down. And then to get the ghostly screams, the ghostly was so fine that we actually wrote it on this right here. Press and seal. So make sure you have press and seal in your studio or sewing room. I use press and seal a lot, but if you do hand embroidery, you can trace the design onto the press and seal and then just put the press and seal onto your fabric, pin it, and then you can do the stitching and it rips right away. So that's a fun little project that we have. If you want the fabrics that we use, let us know. Otherwise, it's a free downloadable pattern on Art Gallery quilts, Art Gallery fabrics. And then here is the shiny pumpkin. You can see it's shiny, so now I don't feel so bad that my Deco Podge pumpkins are shiny. If you need this table runner here is S147 for $36. If you want the pattern only, S148 is $10. So it's a cute little table runner here. It's got the pumpkin design on both sides. It has everything you need except for your thread. It includes the linen that we use for the lining and all that good stuff. So S148 is the pattern. S147 is the kit and the pattern. Kit and pattern, everything. And then we have this pattern, which is our 50% off pattern today, which I did not write a thing. So just put 50% pattern if kit if you want it. So it is 30. Devin, what's half of $32.95? 17.
No.
17 and 17 is 34.
15 something.
16 and 16 is
No, 15 something.
15 and 15 is 30.
I don't know.
It has to be 1650-ish.
Wait, what is it?
Oh my God! You
Is it
send them to
32?
school, you buy them books, and
Sorry, I was jumping down.
$32.95. So 33,
Yeah.
$17. Oh my gosh! Whatever it is, 50%. We know how to do the math. So this is the table runner. It includes the pattern. If you already have the pattern and you don't need the pattern, then we can take that out and take $2 off of it. So here is the kit. This is the table runner that it makes. Super cute. Super cute. So $17 today for the kit. That's your special for being so loyal and watching us. And I just want to show you, I found these upstairs. These are some Eleanor patterns that we actually never, nobody has ever seen because they came in a box and I never opened the box. So we've got brand new Eleanor Peace Bailey patterns. I believe that all three of these are in the same pattern, but I have to find the pattern. So we'll work on that hopefully before Wednesday. But look at how cute the witch is. So these are just like hanging little people, and the faces are little buttons. You can see they're those little buttons that you cover. So this is actually a super simple body construction, and you just embellish it. We got some yo-yos here, which is what we did with the pumpkin we made. This is some Timtex for the hat. So super simple construction. So even if you're not a doll maker, these would be easy to make. It's kind of halfway between doll making, embellishing, and quilting. So that's a fun thing to look forward to. So I think that's all we have. I'm going to pop behind so I can read Roger's screen to see if we have any comments. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. Evelyn wants which pumpkin pattern, Evelyn? Evelyn, which pumpkin pattern do you want? For the stuffed one? Okay. Oh my gosh, Terry Evangelo wants two. You know what? It's crazy. When you make things 50% off, they just go like crazy. Okay, let's see. Oh, Sherry, it was so fun. I really, really enjoyed spending 8 days with my sister. We had the best time. I can't wait to go again. Oh, Roger's shaking his head. What are you shaking your head about? It's okay. Anyways, Kathleen, I know. Oh, she's drowning in fabric. One room is organized. She's working on the second one. I know. That's why I think we're going to work really hard on getting things finished. Oh, styrofoam pumpkins at the dollar store would be perfect, Carolyn. Sue, when you cleaned up your scraps today or this weekend, what did you do with them? Susan, I am working on scrap bags as we speak because I literally have bins of them. So I don't know if you guys noticed over here how clean Peggy Cato, for sure. Did you notice how clean that sewing area was? There was literally projects there that we worked on, like bits and pieces of the leftovers from the projects were in piles and in bins for the last year and a half. So this room apparently hasn't been cleaned in a year and a half. Kind of a sad story. Sad state of affairs. Okay, let's see. All right, so I think, what time is tonight's demo? Oh no, Anita, tonight is an in-person mom's club. I have 12 ladies that all of us had kids at the same time, 18 years ago, because there is mine. 20 years ago. He's going to be 20 on Wednesday. All the moms from the Moms Club that still talk to each other are getting together on at 5:30 here to make pumpkins. Okay. Any other? Yes, we're gonna sew and drink. Stephanie says hello, Devin. Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, perfect, Lynn. I would like to see all the different pillowcase patterns. Okay, let's see. I think that I got all of the. If I did. Oh my gosh, Mary Beatty just joined. Hey, Mary, Devin's here. Do you want him to drop off your package? Mary Vita, you're gonna have to like put a big note on your door saying no guests between 4 and 5. Oh no, Sue says nothing worth keeping. The grandkids have been in her scraps. Uh-oh. Thank God for June. She's like, it's getting close to 5 o'clock. We gotta let Roger go. Okay, let's see. All right. Did Devin get his Jeep going? No, Dennis, he did not. But we did go down this morning. The three of us went to the dealership this morning, and they somehow miraculously found a part, even though they've had it since June. So it should be up and running by next week. Anita, thank you. He looks just like his mommy. Stephanie says hello to Roger as well. Oh.
Hello.
Okay, so that's it. We got to let Roger go so that he can go see his football game. All right, so we will see you guys tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Wednesday at 4. Wednesday at 4. Victor says waves to Roger. All right, go get some sewing done. We want to see some projects on the sew along.
Hey, Dennis.
So you don't want him to knock on the door, Mary? You want him just to leave it in the back seat of your car? Hey, Sandy, Stuart, Cox, it's good to see you. All right, we will see you guys soon. Have a great couple of days. See you on Wednesday at 4. Bye.